Hi guys, Roger Vapes here, back at you this time with a hardware review, and it's the 22nd of November, so that means official UK launch of the enovap. So, without any further ado, I'll get on with the review. And in today's review, we're looking at enovap. Who, what, where and how. Enovap is a French startup created by 5 engineering students in 2015. Their mission was to provide a real solution for smokers by conceiving a product that enabled the precise control over nicotine. After 4 years of R&D in collaboration with partners such as the CNRS, the French National Scientific Research Centre, and an investment of over 2.5 million euros, the patented technology of enovap has finally been brought to life as the most innovative personal vaporizer in the world. Enovap is working towards a simple goal to wean smokers off tobacco and nicotine. So, what do I think of it? Well, first of all, we'll go down on the table, we'll have a look at it, we'll have an unboxing, show you all about it, and then we'll come back up top and I'll give you my thoughts. So, see you down on the table. Right, and here we are down low on the table with the enovap, and I'll just show you around the box. You got enovap, the first smart e-cigarette designed in Paris, a couple of awards, written in French, but we know what it means. It means there's no nicotine in this product, which there isn't. On this side, we've got enovap. On that side, enovap. On this side, the contents of the kit. And this is all written in French. Obviously, when you get yours, it'll be in English. There's an App Store app and a Google Play app. Again, this is in French, but this is basically telling you about there's an app for it, which you can do with the auto mode, which I'll go into more detail with that in a minute. On the bottom, you've got distributed in French, in a whole load of French, and you've got your don't vape in a bin. So open it up, you pull the two slide, open it up, take it out. Put that to the side. This box is a sleeve, protective cover for it. Nice material, like rubber. And put that to one side. And then the box opens up. See if I can show you the lid first. We'll zoom in a bit on this. You've got your drip tip, your airflow button, your lock button, your fire button, your up button, your menu button, your down button, your USB port. I'd recommend you use this only for updating your firmware. You've got your battery hat. It takes a single 18650 battery. Inside, you got your enovap instruction manual. Quite good in English and French. You got your enovap quick start guide. You got your hit control, your flavor mix, and your auto mode, which I'll go into in a minute. You get a USB charger, micro USB, not USB-C. I'd like to have seen that. You've got a 510 drip tip. This one's a mouth to lung one. And then you've got the enovap itself. So I'll push this aside, put that out of the way. Nice looking bit of kit. You've got your pod. I've been using this obviously to test it, so the pods are faux. This side you've got nicotine. That's what that little N for stands for. And this side is for your zero nic flavoured juice. fill ports are here. They're just a rubber bung. You just lift the rubber bung up, put your nozzle in, fill your pod up, and that's a good one. Then you slide it back into the mod until it clicks down. Then you push the lock across, and that ain't going nowhere. Now this is the direct to lung drip tip, the stainless steel one. You've got your airflow, fully open, direct to lung, mouth to lung, and I'll go into that a bit more. I normally have it about just a touch open. You got your fire button, and then you got your screen and your menu. So let's pop a battery in. Single 18650, positive down. That's it in. See if I can get this a bit closer. It says connect the app to use the auto mode and do that by Bluetooth. Now I've got this set up in nicotine mode, but I'll show you the modes. First off, you've got vapor, which goes down and up. I've got it on 100% because I want 100% vapor. You've got your hit control, which is your nicotine. So I've got a 20 mil nicotine in this side and a 0 nicotine in this side, and I've got it set. You can go right down to 0 if you want 0 nicotine, or you can set it to 3 mil. It goes up in 5 mil increments, so you can set it to 3 mil, 5 mil, 6 mil. I'm slowly weaning myself off of nicotine, so I've got it set to about 15. You've got your menu button in the middle, so it's vapor. Then you press and hold the menu button. You've got auto mode. Now auto mode is you've got your app that you download from the Play Store or the Google Store, and what that does is that keeps track of what you're doing, and it takes 28 days to do it. So it keeps track and it monitors your vaping habits and how you're getting on vaping and your nicotine strengths and how often you puff. And what it does is after 28 days, it gives you a graph and it shows you exactly what you've been doing. And then the computer inside replicates it, but slowly lowers down your nicotine to wean you off the nicotine. Quite a clever idea. So you've got that one. You've got hit control. If I can go back to the menu, you've got hit control. Now that is your nicotine, so you can set it to like anywhere between 20 and 0 milligrams nicotine. And then on the third one, you've got flavor mix. Now this one's for if you want to mix flavors. You can mix flavors, so you can have 20% of one and 80% of the other, or you can have 50% of one and 50% of the other. Or, as what I'd done when I tested it, you can have 2 different flavoured juices in there completely and just vape on one particular side, and then when you've had enough of that flavour and you fancy something else, you can vape on the other side. So we'll go back to hit control, nicotine mix, and I'll give it a toot. Yep, lovely. Now, one thing I will say is the device, I tried 70-30 VG-PG juice in it, and it couldn't do it. I knackered the coils up, so I had to order more coils. Now, it's really designed for 50-50 nick. 50-50 juices, 50-50 nick. I wouldn't recommend using anything else in it because you just won't get very good. What else can I say about it? The simple lock button locks the pod in. It's well made. The dimensions, it's excuse me, it's 120 long. It's 47.6 wide, and it's 23 millimeters deep. It weighs in at 210 grams. It takes a external 18650 battery. You've got a micro USB port, which I'd only use for firmware updates. Always charge your batteries in an external charger. Its maximum power capacity is 55 watts. There's no temperature control. It's made of aluminium and zinc, and it is really nicely made. It's nice and weighty. The connectivity pins to your pod are pogo pins. The airflow is adjustable for direct to lung and mouth to lung, and it's Bluetooth. Now, one thing I will say with the mouth to lung is it's a little bit airy, but I can live with that. So that basically shows you the enovap device. I'll meet you up top and we'll give you my final thoughts. See you at the top. Right, so here we are back up top with the enovap. So what do I think of it? Well, I'll have a toot and then I'll give you my thoughts. Right, I'll start off with my pros first. The design. I think it's very Apple-like. I love the design of this. It looks just like an Apple product, although obviously it's not, but it looks like it. Some think it looks like an ear thermometer, which I agree, because I'm not keen on the pokey out drip tip. It would have been nice if it was on a hinge that folded inwards. That would have looked good. The functionality of it, I love. The hit control, the flavour mix. I'm not keen on the flavour mix. I didn't have much success with that. That might have been because of the flavours that I mixed were just bloody awful. But I did run one juice on one side and one juice on the other side, and I ran them independently by turning it up and down on the control panel, and that worked okay. I had good success with that. As far as the auto function's concerned, can't really give you any information on that because I've set the app up, but we were only given these at Expo, so that doesn't give us the 28 days needed to record the data. Plus, where I tried 70-30 VG-PG juice in it, I knackered my coils up and I had to wait 4 or 5 days for some coils to come from France because that was the only place I could get them. It's solid, it's well built, there's no sharp edges, all the edges are smooth. The actual menu is easy to use. Even a beginner would pick it up within an hour of how to sort everything out. That's pretty much what I've got to say about the pros. The cons, and I've got to be honest here, there are some cons. The direct to lung is a little bit restricted. You can do a direct to lung and it's perfectly fine, but it is just a little bit restricted. The mouth to lung needs work. It's too airy. I adjust the air slider to almost to the top, but it's only allowing a minimum amount of air at the bottom, and even that's too airy. Works, but it's airy, so I've got to point that out. It is airy, but apparently there's new coils coming out, and because these coils are direct to lung coils, and they're actually releasing the mouth to lung coils in a couple of weeks. So I'll come back with an update on that when I've got them and I've tried them. Shame they didn't have them on the release of it, because then we wouldn't be saying, oh, the mouth to lung is too airy. Whereas if they had the coils on the release day and we tried them, we'd be able to give an honest opinion of it. So take the too airy with a pinch of salt until the new mouth to lung coils come out. My biggest con, and again it's coil related, is flavour. The flavour is not what I expected. I mean, these are going to retail for around £130. And for £130, you expect to have a decent flavour. Now, The flavour's okay, but it's not as good as what it could be. And I reckon personally that's down to the coils. One of the other cons I've got is I still think it's slightly underpowered. No matter what setting you have it on, no matter where you set your nicotine or whatever, you're always getting a cool vape. So if you're one of these people that like a warm vape, you're not going to get it from this. It doesn't give a warm vape. And I've tried. What else can I say about it? Pretty much it, really. I mean, it's released today in the UK. So if you want to get your hands on one, go to www.enovap.com and you'll find out all the info there on it. Obviously, we can't leave links in YouTube. Apart from that, that's about all I've got to say. So, if you liked the review, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down. Better still, leave me a comment. Let me know if there's anything I can do to improve on my videos. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. If you want to get notifications of when I upload new videos, hit the bell. With that said, happy vaping.